What's going on, guys? We are back in the house I grew up in. It's a little weird. Feels like I'm 13 going on 31, but to be honest, sometimes you need to go home, and I've got a video coming out that illustrates why that's important for me and the influencer boxing scene. But today we have to cut out the flashbacks and talk about something else that's kind of flashy and looks good for the camera, like this brand new fade wedding day for my boy coming up in 2 days. I'm talking about Logan Paul's boxing style, technique, and efficiency. He dropped some new training footage. I know that me breaking down these things has become a meme, but I'm just gonna act like Logan and stick my feet in the ground, make them like cement, do not move, and just kind of slide around my upper body like a serpent. In other words, roll with the punches, because we have to break this down. Logan Paul's probably last training footage before the open workout, and maybe our last indicator as to how he's gonna try to finish Dillon Danis. Pause. So back in the home state of Tennessee, it's time for the hometown breakdown. Let's go. All right, so first off, Logan put out a video of him training, a montage of him and his monstrous shoulders training and getting ready for this fight. He says that Dillon woke up a beast. So let's take a look at this thing first, and then we'll get to the actual specific training footage. Listen, my setup right now is broke as a joke, but we're working with what we got. I'm holding the microphone. There's no stand. I'm watching this on the TV. I'm in my little brother's room, and there's most of his trophies here because he's the most accomplished of the family, so that feels nice. But no, let's take a look at this. I don't know how much of the music we can play, so we'll try to mute it if we have to, or put some of our own music over it.
In the past 3 years, I went 8 rounds with the best boxer on the planet.
Why does he keep saying this? Intentionally misleading people as to what actually happened with who it actually happened with. One, yes, Logan was impressive in the Floyd Mayweather fight for what it was. It was an exhibition with a Floyd that was 45, I think, at the time. Could have been 44, I don't know. But he wasn't the best fighter on the planet at that time. He was 60 pounds less than Logan was. It wasn't truly a competitive fight at all. But Logan survived, and he deserves all the credit in the world for that. Logan, if you're watching on a burner account, I'm giving you credit for what you did in that fight. You survived Floyd Mayweather. You made him uncomfortable in spots. He couldn't get you out of there the way he wanted to because you were 60 pounds plus and because you used your jab. Good defensive stuff. But I knew he would do this once he survived it. He has to stop reframing history to make people believe that Floyd, at that time and even now, is the best fighter on the planet, and that Logan was somewhat competitive. He wasn't.
Soared off the top rope in front of 50,000 people.
The WrestleMania stuff, that was crazy. Obviously, prime. All props in the world to him for that. All right, here we get some boxing footage.
And I've been training the entire time. And I promise, on October 14th, I'm gonna knock this bitch ass out.
It's like he doesn't know how to talk trash. I'm sorry, I'm gonna come off like a hater, but that's not the way you use that phrase. You're not knocking a bitch ass out, you're knocking his bitch ass out. You think you would have had something a little stronger than that. I don't know. Maybe I'm just hating.
Life is war, baby. Life is fucking war.
I have been counted out for way too long. And I'm ready to show y'all just how great I am.
Homie woke up
All right. Homie woke up a beast. Let's take a look at some of the other stuff, because this is really good cinematically. And we get some good insight into Logan's training. You see him on the track. He's doing some sprints, doing some plyometrics. This is all good stuff, but I want to take a look into the finer points here. And yes, I'm going to break down just a couple of seconds of sparring and training footage, but it's what we have. So we have to take a look. Let's go back. All right, number one, you see him working in the clinch here, and he says he's been training the whole time, right? Boom, shoulder bump, comes over the top with the right hand. This is one of the problems that you see with Logan a lot, right here. This is a good right hand, right? Lands it clean, boom, shoulder bump, right hand over the top. The problem is Logan lands with the inside of his glove almost every shot upstairs. That's not a straight punch. His hooks upstairs land slap. He still has not turned those hooks over time and time again throughout his boxing career. It happened in the first KSI fight, happened in the second, happened in the Floyd fight, even with the big right hand that he rocked Floyd with. That one still, he didn't turn it over the way that I think 3 or 4 years into this game you should be. And I just don't know if it's a learned habit that he's just comfortable with now, where he's just slapping with the inside of the glove, because that's really what it is. He comes over the top, and he has every opportunity to turn that into that, and it's just he doesn't do it. So I think it's just more of a learned habit at this point. And again, he's still going to have ridiculous power. And again, is it going to make the difference for him and Dillon? Like, if he lands that on Dillon's chin, is it going to hurt? Yeah. So I don't know if it's going to make a massive difference whether he wins or loses, but it would make a massive difference as to how that punch lands and how effective each power punch really is. I just wish he would turn that over. And then we see, again, the flat feet and him slipping punches with his hands down. This is, again, nice head movement, but anyone that throws combinations, and again, versus Dillon, it might not matter much because we all know Dillon is not the most skilled boxer in the world. Granted, he's doing this on purpose on the mitts, but still, he does defend like this. Even when his feet are moving, he does keep his hands super low and relies on just hinging at his waist. All right, so here we have Logan hitting the mitts, right? And we get a jab, right hand, left hook. This is 100% where we're going to come back to later in the video and talk to you guys about Logan's strategy. Pretty simply put, that we'll kind of preview it here. Logan is going to work the body. It is going to be a lot of lead hand power. I'm telling you now, his lead hand, he feels so comfortable with upstairs and down. Going to the body, though, is where 100% they are looking to break Dillon down. And it's kind of a duality of both fighters because Dillon is 100% looking to gas Logan and looking to do so in the clinch by working the body. I think they put a lot of emphasis in this because Logan is probably in sparring, landing that shot and hurting guys more, like we saw with the sparring clip from a couple weeks ago. He's doing that to dudes, and it's the most technically sound punch he throws. Even like more so than his left hook upstairs. He really, look at this hip get involved here. Boom, right? A beautiful shovel hook, hip twist, land flush, chopping across. You see the difference there, though? You see a chopping shot. Yeah, okay, he lands it maybe a little bit more on the knuckles, and I'd still like to see him turn that over, but that's a better shot than he lands upstairs with either hand. Even though his cheeks are out for everyone to see, and let's be honest, they're not as defined as you'd think for a guy like that that's got all the muscle build, he's still putting every single bit of that pancake ass into those shots. He just is. All right, we go to Logan on the heavy bag. You see him throw himself off balance sometimes for this right hand because of the way he lands that hook. He slaps that hook, and by the time he slaps it, he's off balance and trying to run that right hand right behind it. That was an issue he had in the KSI 2 fight, and I don't know that he threw this combination much against Floyd, but him being off balance because he loads that lead hand so much is something that I'm going to be interested in. He doesn't get the power, that clean right hand off, and maybe it's just because he wants that power in the lead hook and not the backhand to finish the combination, but ideally you'd want power in both. So again, him being off balance because of his upright nature and his ability to turn those shots over and kind of leave it slappy. All I'm telling you guys is I see how talented Logan could be and how explosive and how quick he is. And it's just little things like that that I feel like could make the biggest difference for him. All right, and then we see Logan sparring. He lands his jab. Boom, right hand. That's good stuff. We like that. He's like feinting to the body, or he's level changing from looking like he's going to throw this jab to the body. Instead, he goes upstairs with it. And then, boom, right in behind it. The jab I'm more impressed with than anything, though. The accuracy of it. On the chin, turns the head, gets disoriented, and then bang, right down the pipe. That's good stuff. And I know how this is going to look. You guys are going to meme me, but look at him turn the right hand over there. That's the right hand you want to see, and he does it more with the body. He really puts a lot into those body shots, which, again, is why I think that's going to be the strategy here. Him working the body and probably trying to knock Dillon out with a body shot. Like, he's probably trying to make him quit with a body shot. And then you see Logan right here. Looks like land a right hand. It's a good shot. But again, you see his weight going away from the shot, right? It's not a bad shot at all. It's a solid right hand. He's got the extension to land it, but his weight is going away from it versus stepping into that right hand. And maybe, again, we're looking at a split second of sparring footage, so maybe he's just throwing that off the back. And here he comes after this guy again. Jab, touches him. Right hand touches him. Yeah, that's good stuff. We like that. The big thing to me is Logan is going to try to destroy Dillon Danis' body. I think that's the main thing here. I think that is the entire game plan, is to show him window dressing upstairs, pop that jab upstairs, start his combinations upstairs. Yeah, okay, if the right hand lands through the guard and it's heavy, cool. But he's going to put a lot of emphasis in that lead hand. He's going to do it while looking to go to the body with that lead hand. Even the setup, the jab, the right hand, maybe even the hook upstairs, then that fourth one to the body. I'm telling you now, that lead hand is going to be Logan's #1 damage maker. And for further proof and evidence, because I look like someone operating a lie detector test with these freaking satellites on my head, let's take a look at Exhibit B for Logan's wherewithal to go to the body and his pointed strategy on what to execute and where to execute it. All right, so I'm going to let this run. Yes, it's 5 seconds, but that's 5 seconds more than most of you guys last in the bedroom, so get your jokes out now and let's take a look at this thing. You see Logan go jab upstairs, Not a lot in it, but solid little jab. Right hand touching as well. These aren't the power shots. Here's the power shot. Boom. But again, we run into the same issue. Logan, again, almost stirring the pot with that hook, right? Stirring the pot, slapping it out, just kind of bop like that. And again, that's fine. Not everything has to be thrown as a big power. But that slap is a touch shot, right? He's touching, and then he's going with the big power. Boom. That is the shot. So while I'm not a fan of his slappy hooks upstairs, I'm okay with it when he's just touch, touch, touch. Boom. Damn near almost threw my $400 microphone at the wall. But that's the shot he wants to go to. Everything's touch, touch, open the guard, show me where the hole is, pause, because Logan's trying to find that weak point, and he thinks it's going to be a body shot with his lead hand. That's what he thinks. One of the things I know you guys are going to ask, and we'll end the video off here, is this nasal thing on Logan's nose. What is that? Well, I actually don't know. I mean, it looks like one of those nasal strips that you would put on your nose before bed to open your nasal passage, but I've seen, you know, swimmers actually put it on their nose to plug their nose when they're swimming, so they breathe through their mouth, and they have that rhythm breathing as they're doing their whatever stroke it is. Pause. But in Logan's case, that wouldn't make a lot of sense because you're in a fight, and you wouldn't want to impinge your nose breathing so that you're breathing through your mouth while your jaw is now open and punches are coming your way. That's like the opposite of what you want. So I assume that that's them trying to encourage more nose breathing and open up his nasal passage so that he can just get more oxygen without opening his mouth more. If you're a Dillon fan and you're seeing this, that could be an indicator that either something's wrong or they're trying to train Logan out of that because he is struggling a little bit with the gas tank, or he is struggling to keep oxygen flowing throughout late rounds, or maybe they're just trying to teach him to do that. I don't know. Again, a lot of assumptions, but I thought it was interesting, and I thought it was something we need to highlight. But anyway, guys, there we are. Pretty simple stuff here from Logan, stuff that we've already seen, but the big takeaway, I think, this one, in this clip, or in these clips specifically, is Logan's lead hand. Yes, we call him low hands Logan. Yeah, we call him pencil leg Paul sometimes. Maybe not until right now. Sorry, just made it up. But as much as I have my little one-liners and nicknames, this is good stuff. And he's clearly locked in, and I know Dillon's going on Andrew Schultz, and I know he's doing Ariel Helwani's show, and he's doing all these things for the press and the lead up, and he is killing on socials, on everything. Dillon has taken over the build for this fight, but Logan's been training for 3+ years now to get ready for this moment. Logan should win this fight. He doesn't have a win in boxing, but he has a lot of skills over Dillon in this sport, so he should win. But there's always that what if, and we don't know a lot about Dillon. What if Logan's gas tank doesn't hold? What if Dillon's better than we think? What if Logan shrinks in that moment one more time and Dillon rises to it? What if the opposite happens? There's a lot of questions. We don't have those answers, but Logan Paul's new footage shows us a little more of the same, but it also shows us where Logan's head is. Attack the body, the arms will fall, and soon the opponent will as well. What happens on October 14th? We are almost 1 week away, and I still don't have those answers just yet, but I guess we'll find out.